Hi there. I just wanted to send out a little YouTube or post a little video. I don't do a lot of these. You're going to figure that out pretty soon. I just created this journal, and it's important to me to get this message out because I've been working on emotional wellness for over a decade now before people were even talking about trauma or triggers. And I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of work in hypnotherapy, and a lot of the people that I talk to, I learned haven't been taught how to manage their emotions. I wasn't. I mean, did anybody teach you how to manage or understand your emotional self? So I've written 2 other books, but this particular book is important to me to get out there because I think as people are working on their trauma, they need a foundation. So this is Unpacking Emotional Baggage, the journal. It's an emotional wellness journey. I've divided this into 4 different seasons. The first is just basically how to navigate emotions. So we start out with what might hold us back, and how to set a safe space, how to create more time for yourself. It starts out just very gently getting you ready to start working on things, and then how to figure out understand why we weren't taught. Let's give ourselves a chance. Why we weren't taught to manage our emotions, because no one was. None of the generations before us were, and we all carry a lot of things that we might not think are trauma, but as a child they became traumatic because we were left kind of in doubt or in fear or in worry, and sometimes in a lot of pain. So we talk about naming and identifying, processing and releasing, and understanding how to understand when you feel minimized or neglected, and then also as we go on, we understand how to tie that into our behavior. So season 2 goes into reflection. This is called Yesterday. We talk about the past, how to kind of trace back a feeling from today into the core root of the pain. So this is what a lot of people don't do. We ruminate and we stay in these loops, and we start deflecting or telling our story over and over again without actually wanting to look at it because we're afraid. But because we've done season 1, we now have some tools that we don't have to be so afraid of this work. So we go through triggers and trauma and how to tie back our actions of today with the past, and because our childhood is our entire blueprint for our adult lives, and our emotions, fortunately, are our GPS. So we need to know how to read them because they will navigate us in and out of tight situations. Like anxiety is there for a reason. It's just not meant to be lived with, and accumulated feelings aren't meant to keep us in anxiety and depression. So this is helping us get out of disorder, dysfunction, anxiety, depression. Okay, season 3 goes into tomorrow. This is talking about our truth. So we learn to look at ourselves a little bit deeper. We talk about emotional self-awareness and what that means. We talk about how to get into the flow of life, because when you're blocked from all of the crap from the past, your life flows around you. But when you can get all of that out of your subconscious, you start to become more conscious and bring awareness forward, and then life flows through you. You don't have to manifest or meditate or think deeply about things. I just think about something and it will actually come into my life because it's something that I need to continue on with what I'm doing. I know it sounds crazy maybe, but this is what's been happening. We talk about how to open the heart connection, because we get into our heads when we start living by default without knowing how to manage our emotions, and our emotions are more tied to our heart. So we open that up. We talk about self-love and acceptance. We talk about what self-care really means, and I'm not talking about getting a mani-pedi. I'm talking about self-care, true self-care, what I didn't have when I almost killed myself working at a crazy job, toxic job. We talk about how to not take things personally, and then we talk about validating, and we talk about our connections, and then going back to mindfulness. Each chapter, at the end of the chapter, we have a section where we can draw or write a poem. All of this is 52 weeks. All of these have 3 pages of journal notes. Season 4 goes into forever, and this is where we really solidify our foundation. We start to notice that we're more conscious. We're able to make more conscious decisions rather than be at the hands of our subconscious, which is trying to keep us in survival mode because it thinks it's protecting us. Talk about social emotional competency, how to take responsibility for our emotions and let other people take responsibility for their emotions. We set up some tools for that. We talk about empathy and compassion, because when we're blocked from our own emotions, we're blocked from empathy and compassion too. And that is a big problem right now in this country, because people are not empathetic or compassionate and being very authoritarian. So we're talking about changing that up. Sorry. And then repair work in relationships, which is very important. How to actually have a conversation and say, hey, this didn't go the way I wanted it to go, or our relationship is getting off track. Let's talk about where we're at, rather than just ignoring things. We also talk about a higher power. I'm not telling anybody about religion or beliefs, but about kind of what I've learned about there is more to life than just us, which has a lot to do with how we manage ourselves, and kind of bringing inner peace into our lives. And then what we really want for the future. So this is the journal. It's on Amazon. If you guys want any bulk copies, if you want to give them out, you can talk to me about maybe getting a discount. I can order some at a little bit of a lower rate and get you some copies of 10 or more or something. I think this would be great for anybody who knows anybody, like a friend, a family member. I've been trying to find people who I know in media that can help me reach out to media and send this out and get it more mainstream. And this isn't about me making money. I've been doing all of this work for 10 years, 11 years, and making very little money, actually pretty much no money. This is about getting this book in the hands of people who need to understand how to manage their emotions. So I'm looking for help with that. I'm sorry this is a little rough. I'm not very savvy at this video thing, but I really am asking sincerely to please help me get this in the hands of people. The more people who read it and review it and send feedback, I can add to it. I can add a second journal, thinking about doing a food-related journal, because that's always been my nemesis. The people who've been using it, it's only been out a week, but I've got several people that are using it and finding great success already in the first weeks. So I'm very excited about this, and I really want to help change the dynamic of how we're interacting in this world, and I think this will be a big help to many, many people. So please, if you have any time to share this video, or buy some journals, send them out, tell me how to, promote it. I'm on almost every platform but Twitter. I don't really want to do any more extra work. I'd like to just keep with what we're doing. I've got emotional awareness advocates. I've got unpacking emotional baggage. I've got another one that's for posting, which I'll start sharing. If you want to know more about any of that, please reach out. I'm all about healing trauma and getting to the core root and helping people identify how to understand their emotions and connect deeply with their soul. So thank you for listening. I know this is a little long, but I appreciate you.